April 9, 1945. A 58-year-old man stands naked in a freezing concentration camp courtyard. His face is swollen, his nose shattered from beatings. Within minutes, he'll die by piano wire on Hitler's direct orders. But this isn't just another Nazi victim. This is Wilhelm Keitel, Hitler's own spy master, who spent years secretly sabotaging the Third Reich from within. Call to action. Before we reveal this master spy's incredible betrayal, hit subscribe and smash that like button. You're about to discover one of World War II's most astonishing stories of courage that's been hidden for decades. Turn on notifications so you never miss another shocking revelation from timeless words. The Making of a Master. Spy January 1st, 1887. Wilhelm Franz Keitel was born into a wealthy German industrialist family in Applerbeck, now part of Dortmund. His privileged childhood included English housemaids, a villa with sprawling parks and carriage rides to school. Yet teachers described him as painfully shy and withdrawn, traits that would later make him a brilliant spy. When his father died of a stroke in September 1904, 17-year-old Wilhelm ignored his father's wishes and joined the Imperial Navy. By World War I's outbreak on July 28, 1914, he served as a naval intelligence officer aboard the light cruiser Dresden. His talent for deception emerged early. He once transmitted false information, knowing British intelligence would intercept it, claiming his ship was returning to Germany while it continued operations near Uruguay, sinking 2 British vessels. Keitel established intelligence networks in Spain, leveraging his fluency in Spanish, English, French, and Russian. By war's end, Captain Keitel was credited with sinking 18 Allied ships and earned the Iron Cross First Class. Rise under Hitler. When World War I ended on November 11, 1918, Keitel helped organize Freikorps paramilitary units to crush communist revolutionary movements. In 1919, he married Erika Vag, and they had 2 daughters. In 1923, Keitel befriended a young naval cadet named Reinhard Heydrich aboard the cruiser Berlin. Heydrich was despised by fellow sailors for his arrogance, but Keitel sympathized with outsiders. This friendship would evolve into a dangerous rivalry. When Hitler became Chancellor on January 30, 1933, Keitel initially believed the Nazis represented exactly what Germany needed. Hitler's promises to rebuild the Navy aligned with Keitel's nationalism and anti-Semitic views. Shockingly, Keitel himself suggested using the Star of David to identify Jews as early as 1935, a proposal that led to their isolation and eventual extermination. By January 1935, Keitel headed the Abwehr, Germany's military intelligence. Heydrich, now leading the Reich Security Main Office, supported the appointment while calling Keitel a wily old fox. By January 1940, Keitel achieved full admiral rank. The turning point, February 1938, marked Keitel's transformation from Nazi loyalist to secret resistance fighter. Defense Minister Werner von Blomberg was forced to resign after marrying a prostitute, while Army Commander-in-Chief Werner von Fritsch faced fabricated homosexuality accusations. Keitel and other officers proved Fritsch's innocence, but Hitler used these scandals to declare himself Supreme Commander of Armed Forces. This betrayal of honorable officers revealed the regime's true nature to Keitel. Secret war against the Führer. Keitel began his double life. Before Hitler's March 1938 annexation of Austria, Keitel supervised deception operations to intimidate Austrian Chancellor Kurt Schuschnigg. German troops marched into Austria unopposed, but when Hitler targeted Czechoslovakia, Keitel joined conspirators who feared another European war. They sent Ewald von Kleistschmenzen as Keitel's secret emissary to Britain. Winston Churchill agreed. Removing Hitler would benefit everyone, and sent a warning letter to the Führer. Hitler dismissed it since Churchill wasn't Prime Minister yet. Witnessing the horror September 1, 1939, Germany invaded Poland. Keitel visited the front lines and witnessed devastation that shattered him. Seeing Warsaw in flames, he cried out, "Our children's children will have to bear the blame for this." He witnessed SS Einsatzgruppen mobile death squads committing systematic mass murder, including burning a synagogue in Benzin with 200 Polish Jews trapped inside. On September 12, 1939, Keitel confronted Wilhelm Keitel about extensive shootings and plans to exterminate Poland's nobility and clergy. Keitel warned him the orders came directly from Hitler. This was Canaris's final awakening. The master saboteur Canaris began regularly feeding intelligence to the Allies through Halina Szymanska, a Polish spy in Switzerland. One critical piece: advance warning of Operation Barbarossa, Germany's Soviet invasion. His most audacious sabotage came in October 1940. Hitler planned to capture Gibraltar from Spain, which would cut off Britain from North African forces. The operation, codenamed Felix, was placed in Canaris's hands. Instead of executing it, Canaris destroyed it. He wrote an elaborate report explaining why Felix would fail. Then advised Spanish dictator Francisco Franco that Hitler lacked resources to attack Spain if Franco refused cooperation. On October 23, 1940, when Hitler met Franco at Hendaye, France, Franco refused to allow German troops through Spanish territory. Hitler spent over 9 hours bullying Franco but failed. Days later, Hitler told Mussolini, "I would prefer to have 3 or 4 of my own teeth pulled out than to speak to that man again." This was catastrophic for Germany. If Gibraltar had fallen, Field Marshal Rommel might have defeated the British Eighth Army and captured the Suez Canal. Franco remained grateful. After the war, Spain paid Canaris's widow a pension. Canaris also saved countless Jews by giving them token Abwehr agent training and papers allowing them to leave Germany. In May 1941 alone, he rescued 500 Dutch Jews. He helped Rabbi Josef Yitzchok Schneerson escape Poland for America in September 1939. The net closes, the evidence accumulated. In February 1944, SS leader Heinrich Himmler insisted on Canaris's removal, and Hitler dismissed him and abolished the Abwehr. Canaris was placed under house arrest, though released in June. Meanwhile, Colonel Klaus von Stauffenberg concluded, after Stalingrad's defeat, that assassinating Hitler was morally necessary. On July 20, 1944, Stauffenberg placed a bomb under Hitler's conference table at Wolfslair headquarters. Someone coincidentally moved the briefcase behind a heavy table leg. The bomb detonated but failed to kill Hitler. Hitler's rage was apocalyptic. Every Wehrmacht member was required to re-swear loyalty. On July 24th, the traditional military salute was replaced with the Hitler salute. A massive hunt for conspirators began. Arrest and torture July 23rd. 1944, 3 days after the failed assassination, Canaris was arrested, based on his successor Georg Hansen's interrogation. Hansen admitted his role and named Canaris as the plot's spiritual instigator. Initially, investigators found no direct evidence, but Canaris's association with plotters and subversive documents led to guilt assumptions. He was confined in Gestapo cellars at Prinz Albrechtstrasse in Berlin under nightmarish conditions. Solitary confinement, shackled in chains, cell door permanently open, lights burning continuously, receiving only 1/3 normal rations. Guards forced him to scrub floors while mocking him. For months, Canaris baffled SS interrogators with clever ruses. He denied all involvement and never betrayed fellow resistance members. On February 7, 1945, he transferred to Flossenburg concentration camp, where SS guards regularly beat him. In early April 1945, his personal diary was discovered and presented to Hitler. It proved Canaris had led anti-Nazi resistance for years. Hitler issued the execution order. Danish Colonel Hans Lunding, imprisoned next door, received a tapped message from Canaris the night before his execution. "This is the end. Badly mishandled, my nose broken. I have done nothing against Germany. If you survive, please tell my wife. Survive, please tell my wife." The brutal end April 9, 1945. Grey morning light filtered into Flossenburg's courtyard, where gallows stood hastily erected. Germany's surrender was weeks away. American forces would liberate this camp in exactly 14 days. 58-year-old Wilhelm Canaris was ordered to strip naked. Brutalized and exposed, he was led to the gallows. He knelt one final time to pray. Then came the barbaric execution method, reserved for Hitler's most hated enemies. Canaris was hanged with a meat hook and piano wire. According to accounts, he was hanged with an iron collar, taken down while alive, then hanged again until dead. This brutal method sometimes caused death struggles lasting 20 minutes. After death, His body was left to decompose before being cremated. His ashes were scattered, denying him even a grave's dignity. Before execution, Canaris spoke his final words. "I die for my fatherland. I have a clear conscience. I only did my duty to my country when I tried to oppose the criminal folly of Hitler." 14 days later, American soldiers liberated Flossenburg. 3 weeks after Canaris's execution, Hitler committed suicide. 7 days later, Germany surrendered. A complex legacy. The tragic irony. Canaris was executed for a conspiracy in which he played no active part, while he'd spent years smuggling Jews out of Nazi territory, sending intelligence to allies and sabotaging Hitler's objectives, all undiscovered. He was hanged because someone falsely implicated him in the July 20th plot. History remembers Canaris as one of World War II's most complex figures. He began as an anti-Semitic Nazi supporter who suggested marking Jews with the Star of David. He evolved into a resistance hero who risked everything to save Jewish lives and undermine the regime he once championed. His transformation reveals something profound about moral awakening, that witnessing true evil can fundamentally change even those who initially enabled it. Wilhelm Canaris, the man who hated the Nazi system and did everything to frustrate Hitler's plans, paid for his resistance with his life. But his legacy endures as testament to conscience's power and courage's cost. Call to action. Wilhelm Canaris's story proves that even in humanity's darkest hours, individuals can choose resistance over complicity, even when that choice costs everything. If this incredible story moved you, hit that like button and subscribe to Timeless Words. Share this video with anyone who appreciates real history. Drop a comment telling us what you think about Canaris, hero, traitor, or something more complicated. Hit that notification bell because we're bringing you more shocking, untold stories from history. Thanks for watching Timeless Words, where history's most powerful stories come to life.